We good? Shannon, are you done?
No,
Shannon?
we can't top Shannon. We cannot top
exactly.
Shannon. That's not going to happen.
I'm not taking my shirt off either.
Shirts are staying on. Hey guys, give it up for all of our senior groups, please.
Good afternoon. All right, we'll head right into our adjudicated awards, move on to our high point, and then announce the routines that will recompete and be best nominees in our senior division category and our closing show. So here we go, starting with our adjudicated awards, beginning with number 1816. Representing Columbia City Jazz, Blessing receives a high gold. 1817 from Rhythm Dance Center, It's a Man's World receives a high gold. 1819 from Dance Studio, Give Me Love receives a high gold. 1820 from Prepatech Dance Team, Make It Rain receives a gold. 1821 from Dance Spectrum, Endangered Species receives a gold. 1822 from Columbia City Jazz, Body Music receives a high gold. 1823 from Denise Wall Dance Energy, Moon River receives a judge's pick. 1824 from Joanne Chapman School of Dance, Slippery Slopes receives a high gold. 1825 from Stars Dance Studio, Hold Me receives a high gold. 1826 from Rhythm Dance Center, RDC Class of 2016 receives a high gold. 1827 from Dance Empire, Crawl Home to Her receives a judge's pick. 1828 from Columbia City Jazz, Florena receives a high gold. 1829 from Dance Town, Call Me receives a high gold. 1830 from Dance Studio, Help Me Lose My Mind receives a high gold. 1831 from Center Stage Dance Studio, After an Afternoon receives a high gold. 1832 from Westchester Dance Academy, Heart's a Mess receives a high gold. 1833 from Dance Makers of Atlanta, Rebel receives a high gold. 1834 from Columbia City Jazz, See Through Eyes receives a judge's pick. 1835 from Rhythm Dance Center Complicated Creation receives a high gold. 1836 from Prepatech Dance Team, Grip receives a high gold. 1837 from North Shore Academy of Dance, Shed Some Blood receives a high gold. 1838 from Savage Dance Company, Burn receives a high gold. 1839 from Dancetown, Landscape with Figure receives a high gold. 1840 from Columbia City Jazz, 4 Degrees receives a judge's pick. 1841 from Dance Studio, Lady Marmalade receives a gold. Sorry about that. 1842 from Dance Spectrum, For My Help receives a high gold. 1843 from Denise Wall, Dance Energy, The News receives a judge's pick. 1844 from Rhythm Dance Center, Creeper receives a high gold. 1845 from Joanne Chapman School of Dance, Theory of Everything receives a high gold. 1846 from Columbia City Jazz, Recomposed Summer receives a high gold. 1847 from Company C Dance Club, The Wheel receives a judge's pick. 1848 from Body Language, Taparai receives a judge's pick. 1849 from Dancetown, Impressions receives a judge's pick. 1850 from Prepatech Dance Team, Pretty Gals receives a high gold. 1851 from Stars Dance Studio, Infatuation receives a high gold. 1852 from Columbia City Jazz, Resolution receives a judge's pick. 1853 from Rhythm Dance Center, Jesus Walks receives a judge's pick. 1854 from Dance Studio, Russian Dance receives a gold. 1854A from Westchester Dance Academy, Give and Take receives a judge's pick. 1855 from Dance Empire, Say Goodbye receives a judge's pick. 1856 from Center Stage Dance Studio, Deep in the Meadow receives a judge's pick.
1857 from Dance Art Merida, Automatic receives a gold. 1858 from Columbia City Jazz, Speak receives a judge's pick. 1859 from Dancetown, Fresco receives a high gold. 1860 from Dance Spectrum, I've Got Rhythm receives a gold. 1860A from the Dance Center, Carried on Your Back is a judge's pick. 1861 from Rhythm Dance Center, Do It To It receives a high gold. 1862 from Denise Wall, Dance Energy, Slipping Through Its Bitter Grip receives a judge's pick. 1863 from Columbia City Jazz, After You've Gone receives a high gold. 1864 from Dance Studio, The Balance of Life Is receives a high gold. 1865 from Prepatech Dance Team, She for She receives a gold. 1866 from Joanne Chapman School of Dance, Try a Little Tenderness receives a high gold. 1867 from Dancetown, The Lessons receives a judge's pick. 1868 from Columbia City Jazz, Going In receives a high gold. 1869 from Rhythm Dance Center, Biscuits and Raving receives a judge's pick. Number 1870 from Westchester Dance Academy, I Can Almost See You is a high gold. 1871 from Dance Makers of Atlanta, Unravel receives a high gold. 1872 from North Shore Academy, What Kind of Man receives a high gold. 1874 from Columbia City Jazz, Goliath receives a judge's pick. 1875 from Dance Studio, There Is No Greater Pain receives a high gold. 1876 from Dancetown, The Departure is a high gold. 1877 from Rhythm Dance Center, Life After Defo receives a high gold. 1878 from Prepatech Dance Team, Waves is a high gold. 1879 from Columbia City Jazz, Hot Like Fire receives a high gold. 1880 from Dance Spectrum, Unsteady receives a high gold. 1888 from Stars Dance Studio, Stay is a judge's pick. 1881 from Denise Wall, Dance Energy, It's Your Thing receives a judge's pick. 1882 from Dance Empire, Cell Block is a judge's pick. 1883 from Joanne Chapman School of Dance, Your Day Will Come receives a judge's pick. 1884 from Center Stage Dance Studio, Mirror of the Sky receives a judge's pick. 1884A from Dance Makers of Atlanta, My Best Friend receives a high gold. 1885 from Columbia City Jazz, I'm Gonna Get You receives a high gold. 1886 from Rhythm Dance Center, Wait receives a high gold. 1887 from Dance Studio, Woman in White receives a high gold. And last but definitely not least, 1888 from Dancetown, Hairspray receives a judge's pick.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that does it for our adjudicated awards. Let's find out our high-scoring routines for the senior division. We're going to begin with senior groups. Senior groups starting with 5th place High Point, and we have 5 routines. 5 routines, 5th place High Point Senior Group. The first award in 5th place goes to Give and Take from Westchester Dance Academy. 5th place High Point Senior Group also going to The Lessons from Dancetown. Also 5th place High Point going to Mirror of the Sky from Center Stage Dance Studio. 5th place High Point Senior Group also awarded to Crawl Home to Her from Dance Empire. And rounding out 5th place High Point Senior Group, give it up for The Wheel from Company C Dance Club. Those are your routines in 5th place High Point. The senior group category, moving on to 4th place High Point. The first award in 4th is Moon River from Denise Wall Dance Energy. 4th place High Point also going to Deep in the Meadow from Center Stage Dance Studio. 4th place also going to Taparai from Body Language Dance Company. And 4th place also going to Say Goodbye from Dance Empire. Those are your routines in 4th place High Point. Senior groups. Here we go with our top 3 and our cash awards. 3rd place High Point and a $100 cash award goes to Slipping Through Its Bitter Grip from Denise Wall Dance Energy. That is your 3rd highest scoring senior group. 2nd place High Point, we have a 2-way tie. Both routines get $200. 2nd place High Point, first goes to Speak from Columbia City Jazz. Also in 2nd place High Point, that goes to Your Day Will Come from Joanne Chapman's School of Dance, which means your highest scoring senior group here in Orlando at the Dance Wars. Give it up, 1st place, and a $300 cash prize goes to The News from Denise Wall Dance Energy. All right, moving on to senior lines. 5th place High Point, senior line. That award goes to See Through Eyes from Columbia City Jazz. 4th place High Point senior line goes to 4 Degrees from Columbia City Jazz. And here we go with our top 3 and our cash awards. 3rd place High Point and $100 cash award goes to Resolution from Columbia City Jazz. 2nd place High Point senior line and $200. Give it up everybody for Impressions from Dancetown. Which means your highest scoring senior line in 1st place and a $300 cash award goes to It's Your Thing from Denise Wall Dance Energy. Congratulations. All right, moving on to senior extended line. 5th place High Point. 5th place High Point senior extended line goes to Hot Like Fire from Columbia City Jazz. 4th place High Point senior extended line goes to Wait from Rhythm Dance Center. Top 3, 3rd place High Point, $100 cash prize goes to Biscuits and Raving from Rhythm Dance Center. 2nd place High Point, $200 goes to Jesus Walks from Rhythm Dance Center. And we have a 2-way tie for 1st place High Point senior extended line, both routines getting $300. The first award in 1st place goes to Goliath from Columbia City Jazz. Also in 1st place, High Point Senior Extended Line, give it up everybody for Stay from Stars Dance Studio. Congratulations to our top 5 senior extended lines. Ladies and gentlemen, we also have a high scoring senior production in 1st place going to Hairspray from Dancetown.
All right, moving on to high scores by performance division for the seniors, starting with ballet. The 3rd highest ballet routine, receiving a $100 voucher, is Russian Dance from Dance Studio. 2-way tie for the 2nd highest scoring senior ballet routine, both receiving a $200 voucher. First up is Theory of Everything from Joanne Chapman School of Dance. Also 2nd high score ballet routine is Recompose Summer from Columbia City Jazz. And our absolute highest scoring senior ballet routine, receiving a $300 voucher, is The Departure from Dancetown. Moving into senior contemporary, top 5. 5th highest scoring senior contemporary routine is 4 Degrees from Columbia City Jazz. 4th highest score senior contemporary, Resolution from Columbia City Jazz. Also receiving the 4th highest score for senior contemporary is Stay from Stars Dance Studio. 3rd high score senior contemporary and a $100 voucher goes to Impressions from Dancetown. 2nd high score senior contemporary, receiving a $200 voucher, is Slipping Through Its Bitter Grip from Denise Wall Dance Energy. And we do have a 2-way tie for the highest scoring senior contemporary routine. Both will receive $300 voucher. First up is Speak from Columbia City Jazz. Joining them for our highest scoring contemporary dance is Your Day Will Come from Joanne Chapman School of Dance. Moving into senior hip hop, we have a top 4. 4th highest scoring senior hip hop routine is Pretty Gals from Prepatech Dance Team. Third high score senior hip hop and a $100 voucher is My Best Friend from Dance Makers of Atlanta. Second high score senior hip hop and a $200 voucher is Hot Like Fire from Columbia City Jazz. And our absolute highest scoring senior hip hop routine, which will receive a $300 voucher, is Biscuits and Raving from Rhythm Dance Center. Moving into jazz for the seniors, top 5. Fifth high score jazz goes to Call Me from Dancetown. Fourth senior jazz goes to Hearts a Mess from Westchester Dance Academy. Third high score senior jazz and a $100 voucher goes to Goin' In from Columbia City Jazz. Second high score senior jazz and a $200 voucher is I'm Gonna Get You from Columbia City Jazz. And our highest scoring first place senior jazz routine receiving a $300 voucher is Deep in the Meadow from Center Stage Dance Studio. Moving into lyrical, top 5. Fifth highest scoring lyrical routine is Grip from Prepatech Dance Team. Fourth high score goes to Slippery Slopes from Joanne Chapman School of Dance. Third high score senior lyrical and a $100 voucher goes to Hold Me from Stars Dance Studio. Second high score senior lyrical, $200 voucher goes to Landscape with Figure from Dancetown. And we have a two-way tie for the highest scoring senior lyrical routine, both receiving $300 vouchers. Give and Take from Westchester Dance Academy, tying with Crawl Home to Her from Dance Empire. Musical theater top 4. Musical theater top 4, fourth place goes to After You've Gone from Columbia City Jazz. Third place and a $100 voucher goes to Cell Block from Dance Empire. Second place and a $200 voucher, Moon River from Denise Wall, Dance Energy. And our absolute highest scoring senior musical theater routine is Hairspray from Dancetown. Senior specialty, top 5. Fifth place goes to I Can Almost See You from Westchester Dance Academy. Also fifth highest scoring senior specialty is Rebel from Dance Makers of Atlanta. Fourth high score goes to Creeper from Rhythm Dance Center. Also fourth high score, Floriana from Columbia City Jazz. Third place, senior specialty, $100 voucher goes to The Wheel from from Company C Dance Club. Also third high score for senior specialty is Mirror of the Sky from Center Stage Dance Studio. Second high score senior specialty, Jesus Walks from Rhythm Dance Center. And our absolute highest scoring senior specialty routine receiving a $300 voucher is Goliath from Columbia City Jazz. Finishing off with tap, top 5, there is a tie for fifth place for the highest scoring senior tap routine. It's A Man's World from Rhythm Dance Center. Tying with Try a Little Tenderness from Joanne Chapman School of Dance. Fourth place tap routine, After an Afternoon from Center Stage Dance Studio. And top 3, senior tap groups. Third place receiving a $100 voucher to Taparai from Body Language Dance Company. Second place and a $200 voucher is The News from Denise Wall Dance Energy. And our absolute highest scoring tap dance this afternoon receiving a $300 voucher, It's Your Thing from Denise Wall Dance Energy. It is now time, finally, for Ray to announce which routines will be recompeting in a couple days for our Senior Best Performance category. Take it away.
All right, here we go. So this evening, we have 5 routines that are going to be our Best Performance Senior nominees recompeting in our closing show. In no particular order, here are 5 routines, starting with, everybody give it up for Stay from Stars Dance Studio, Best Performance Senior nominee. Also, It's Your Thing from Denise Wall Dance Energy. Also give it up, everybody, for Hairspray from Dancetown. We also have Speak from Columbia City Jazz. And rounding out our top 5 best performance, here we go. Your Day Will Come from Joanne Chapman School of Dance. Ladies and gentlemen, there they are. Give it up one more time for all of our senior division dancers. Beautiful, beautiful work today. If we could have our 5 nominees on stage for pictures, our 5 senior division nominees.